Welcome to the maths class. There is a problem over here. Soham purchased 3 pens for rupees 50 and Somu purchased 10 pens for rupees 50. If at all we want to know whose pens are more expensive, okay, how will you find out the answer? Yes, you will find the ratio. Yes, in order to find the ratio of number of pens purchased by Soham to the number of pens purchased by Somu, okay, yes, we are going to divide, that is, we are going to take the ratio, and the ratio that is obtained will be 3 by 10. 3 are the pens purchased by Soham and 10 are the pens purchased by Somu. So final ratio that you get is 3:10. What is the ratio of their costs? The cost of the pens that is purchased by Soham is rupees 15 and that of Somu is 50. So after cancellation you get 3 by 10. So the cost ratio also comes to 3:10. Are both the ratios equal? Yes. Okay. The ratio of the cost as well as the ratio of, of the pens purchased, number of pens purchased to the number of pens, yes. So you get the two ratios as 3:10. Now for how much were the pens purchased? Yes, the pens that were purchased by Soham and Somu, they were of the same price. Why do we concluded this? Because we find both the ratios are equal. Therefore, the pens were purchased for the same price by both. Since both the ratios are equal, hence we say that they are in proportion. So if two ratios are equal, we say that they are in proportion and use the symbol, this 2 times colon, to equate the two ratios. So this is the symbol that we use in order to equate the two ratios. Since you already know about proportion, okay, since you already know about proportion, let us learn more about it in our topic proportion. Now, Rahim sells 2 kg of tomatoes for rupees 60 and Roshan sells 4 kg of tomatoes for rupees 120. Now, whose tomatoes are more expensive? If at all we want to know whose tomatoes are more expensive, so what will you do in order to find the answer? How are you going to get the answer? Yes, by finding the ratio, that is by division. And what is the ratio of the weight of the tomatoes? Yes, 2 by 4. 2 kg divided by 4 kg. So you will get final answer as 1:2. 1:2 is the ratio that you will get. And what is the ratio of weight of the tomatoes to the cost of the tomatoes? Weight of the tomatoes will be 2 by 4 and cost of the tomatoes will be 60 by 120. 2 by 4 further, when you do further equation, so you will get, after cancellation, you will get 1 by 2 and 60 by 120 further cancellation, you will get 1 by 2. So in this way you find both the ratios, that is the ratio of the weight of the tomatoes to the cost of the tomatoes, are equal. So when the two ratios are equal, we say that is they are in proportion. Since both the ratios are equal, hence we say that they are in proportion. That is, so we say that they both are selling tomatoes at the same price. Okay, and we read it as 2, 4, 60 and 120 are in proportion, which is written as 2:4 as 60 is to 120, and it is read as 2 is to 4 as 60 is to 120. So this is the symbolically how it is written and how it is read, that is shown here. Let us solve another problem which says that cost of 2 kg of apples is rupees 60. Okay, and cost of 5 kg watermelon is rupees 15. Now, what is the ratio of the weight of the apples to the weight of the watermelon? So, what are you going to do? What is the weight of apples? 2 kg. So, 2 divided by what is the weight of watermelon? 5. So, you get the ratio as 2 is to 5. Now, what is the ratio of the cost of the apples to the cost of the watermelon? Now, cost is asked. What will be the cost of the apples? 60 to that of watermelon 15. So, what you get? 4 by 1. So, the ratio you get 4 is to 1. So, are the two ratios equal here? 2 is to 5 and 4 is to 1. Are the two ratios equal? No, they are not equal. So, 2 is to 5 is not equal to 60 is to 15. Okay. So, are the 4 quantities in proportion? Can we say that 4 quantities they are in proportion? No. Therefore, the 4 quantities 2, 5, 60 and 15 are not in proportion. If two ratios are not equal, then we say that they are not in proportion. Okay. Now, in the statement of proportion, the 4 quantities involved is taken in order. Okay, they are taken in order, not in haphazard manner. They are taken in order and they are called as respective terms. Okay, they are known as respective terms. First and fourth terms, okay, are always known as extreme terms because they are located at the extreme ends. Okay, so they are called as extreme terms. Second and third terms are known as middle terms, okay, which are in the middle. I will give you the example here. For example, if I take this 2 is to 4 as 60 is to 120. Now in this 2 and 120 are called extreme terms. Why are they called extreme terms? Because they are located at the extreme ends here. Okay. And 4 and 60 are called middle terms because they are located in the middle here. Okay. Now, I'll give you another problem here. Are the ratios here which are given on the screen, they are said to be in proportion? How you will find out whether they are in proportion? Yes, take each ratio and divide them. So, what you are going to do? You will take 25 is to 30. That means you are going to take 25 divided by 30. So, you will get 5 is to 6. And 40 kg is to 48 kg. That means 40 divided by 48. So, you will get 5 is to 6. So, here the two ratios are equal and in proportion. So, we write if they are in proportion, that is 25 is to 30 as 40 is to 48. Okay, and we say that 25 is to 30 is equal to 40 is to 48. Therefore, the ratios 25 grams is to 30 grams and 40 kg is to 48 kg are in proportion, that is 25 is to 30 as 40 is to 48. Now here in this, okay, which are the middle terms? Yes, 30 and 40 are the middle terms and the extreme terms are 25 and 48. Here I have another problem, okay. The cost of 2 notebooks is rupees 24. Okay, I want you to find out what is the cost of one notebook. If at all we want to find the cost of one notebook, okay, how you will find the answer? Yes, by division. Therefore, cost of one notebook is equal to rupees 24. What is rupees 24? I have taken the cost of 2 notebooks, okay, and I have divided it by 2. Cost of 2 notebooks, okay, you get 12. So if you want to know the cost of one notebook, we take the cost of 2 notebooks, okay, divide by 2. 2 are the number of books that are taken, and you get rupees 12. So this is the cost of one notebook you got, that is rupees 12. If I tell you to find the cost of 5 such notebooks, what you will do? Yes, you will multiply. Cost of one notebook you will multiply it by 5, because we want to know the cost of such 5 notebooks. We already know the cost of one notebook, that is 12. If we want to know the cost of 5 such notebooks, so we are going to multiply it by 12 and get the answer. The answer that you get is rupees 60. 12 into 5 is rupees 60. If we want to know, this is another problem, if we want to know how many liters are needed to go 1 kilometer, okay, if to go 80 kilometer, petrol needed is 2 liters. So it is already given now for 80 kilometers, petrol needed is 2 liters. Okay, and if you want to find out how many liters are needed to go 1 kilometer. How are you going to solve this problem? How are you going to find out how much petrol is needed to go 1 kilometer? So 1 kilometer petrol needed will be 2 divided by 80. 2 is the liters. 80 is 80 kilometer. So you will get 1 by 40 liters. Okay, 1 by 40 liters will be the petrol needed to go 1 kilometer. So if you are asked, so now you know for 1 kilometer that the petrol needed will be 1 by 40 liters. Okay, now if you are asked to find how many liters of petrol are required to cover 120 kilometer, how will you get the answer? Yes, 1 divided by 40 into 120 kilometer. This will get 3 liters. So petrol needed will be 3 liters. When you simplify, you will get 3 liters. The method in which first we find the value of 1 unit and then the value of required number of units is known as unitary method. It is known as unitary method, wherein we first find the value of 1 unit and then the value of required number of units. Okay, and this particular method is called unitary method. Now, another problem I have, cost of 105 envelopes is rupees 35. How many envelopes can be brought for rupees 10? So how will you find out? Yes, by dividing and multiplying. What is given in the problem? Cost of 105 envelopes is rupees 35 is given to us. And what you are told to find out? Envelopes, how many envelopes can be brought for rupees 10? That we need to find out. Now in rupees 35, how many envelopes can be purchased? 105 envelopes. So in rupee 1, how many envelopes can be purchased? So what are you going to do? 105 divided by 35 is equal to, what are you going to get? After cancellation, 3 by 1. So in rupees 10, how many envelopes can be purchased? What are you going to do? Same, you're going to take and you're going to multiply it by 10. So 105 divided by 35 into 10. So you'll get 30. So thus we can say that 30 envelopes can be purchased for rupees 10. So this is the summary that we have learned today. So we have learned what is proportion. Okay. We have also solved problems on proportion, various problems on proportion. We have solved